Hello, everyone. Welcome to Daily English Practice. I'm Lily.
And I'm Sam. Hey, Lily. How was work today?
Great question, Sam. Actually, that's exactly what we're teaching today. How to talk about your job in English.
Oh, that's such a practical topic. People ask, what do you do all the time?
And many learners freeze up or don't know what to say beyond their job title.
But there's so much more you can talk about. Your responsibilities, your company, your coworkers, what you enjoy.
Exactly. Today, we're going to teach you how to describe your job confidently and naturally.
Whether you're in a job interview, at a party, or just making conversation, you'll know what to say.
We'll cover different types of jobs, how to describe your responsibilities, and how to talk about your workplace culture.
Plus, we'll show you how to ask others about their jobs in a genuine way.
So stick around until the end because this lesson will help you in so many situations.
And don't forget to subscribe to Daily English Practice.
Your support means the world to us. Now, let's get started.
All right, Lily, let's begin with the basics. How do you introduce your job?
Section 1. Basic job titles and roles. When someone asks, "What do you do?" the simplest answer is to give your job title.
Right. Let's start with common jobs. I'm an English teacher.
And I'm a graphic designer. See how straightforward that is?
But there are so many different jobs. Let's go through some examples.
In business and finance, you have accountants, financial analysts, marketing managers, and HR specialists.
In healthcare, there are doctors, nurses, dentists, and therapists.
In technology, you have software engineers, web developers, IT consultants, and data analysts.
In creative fields, there are graphic designers like Lily, photographers, writers, and musicians.
In trades, you have electricians, plumbers, carpenters, and mechanics.
In education, besides teachers, there are administrators, counselors, and professors.
In retail and hospitality, you have store managers, baristas, chefs, and hotel staff.
There are also scientists, lawyers, architects, engineers, and so many more.
Now, here's an important tip. When someone asks, "What do you do?" you can answer in different ways depending on the situation.
Right. In a formal setting, you might say, I'm a software engineer at a technology company.
In a casual setting, you might say, "I work in marketing," or "I'm in sales."
You can also say, I work for a company that makes smartphones.
Or if you're self-employed, "I'm a freelance photographer," or "I own my own business."
What if someone is in school and doesn't have a job yet?
Great question. You can say, "I'm a student," or "I'm studying engineering at university."
Or I'm doing an internship at a tech company if you're gaining experience.
What about people who are retired or stay-at-home parents?
You can say, I'm retired, or I'm a stay-at-home parent.
These are all valid jobs, by the way. Parenting is real work.
Absolutely. Now, let's go deeper and talk about what your job actually involves.
Section 2. Describing your responsibilities. Saying your job title is just the beginning. People want to know what you actually do all day.
Right. So let's practice describing your responsibilities.
For me, I work with clients to create visual designs for websites and social media.
See how Lily described not just what she does, but who she works with and what the end result is.
Exactly. Let me give you some sentence structures you can use.
Go for it.
I work with. This tells people who you collaborate with, like I work with clients, or I work with a team of engineers.
I'm responsible for. This describes your main duties. I'm responsible for managing social media accounts, or I'm responsible for patient care.
I work in. This is very natural. I work in analyzing data and creating reports.
I spend most of my time. This shows what takes up most of your workday. I spend most of my time in meetings and writing emails.
I help or I assist. This is good if you support others. I help customers find the right products, or I assist the legal team with research.
I manage. This shows leadership. I manage a team of 5 people, or I manage the company's budget.
I create. Perfect for creative jobs. I create graphics and animations, or I create lesson plans for my students.
Let's practice. I'll describe my job as an English teacher.
Please do.
I'm an English teacher at a private language school. I'm responsible for teaching students English grammar, vocabulary, and speaking skills. I work with students of all ages and levels. My job involves creating lesson plans, teaching classes, and giving feedback on their progress. I spend a lot of time preparing materials and grading assignments. I also help students prepare for English exams.
Wow, Sam, that was so detailed and natural sounding.
Thanks. Now you try.
Okay, I'm a graphic designer. I work with clients to create visual content for their brands. I'm responsible for designing websites, creating social media graphics, and developing brand identities. My job involves understanding what clients want and bringing their ideas to life through design. I use software like Photoshop and Illustrator daily. I spend a lot of my time in meetings with clients and collaborating with other designers.
Excellent. See how much more interesting it is when you add details?
Much better than just saying, I'm a designer.
Now, what if someone works in a field that's hard to explain?
Good question. If your job is complicated, you can simplify it.
For example, if you're a data scientist, you might say, I analyze data to help companies make better business decisions.
Or if you're a UX designer, I design how websites and apps look and work for users.
The key is to explain it in simple terms so anyone can understand.
Section 3. Talking about your company. People often want to know where you work and what kind of company it is.
Right, so let's talk about how to describe your workplace.
First, the company size. You might work for a small startup, a medium-sized company, or a large corporation.
You can say, I work for a small startup with about 20 employees, or I work for a Fortune 500 company.
Next is the industry. What does the company do?
I work for a tech company, or I work in the healthcare industry, or I work for a publishing company.
You can also describe the company's mission or focus.
We focus on sustainable technology, or our company helps people learn languages.
What about the company culture? How people work together?
You can describe the atmosphere. The company is very collaborative and creative, or we have a very professional, formal environment.
Or it's a fast-paced startup environment where everyone wears multiple hats.
The company values innovation and teamwork, or we have a strong emphasis on work-life balance.
Let me practice describing my company.
Please.
Okay, I work for a mid-sized design agency with about 50 people. We're based in New York, but we work with clients all over the world. The company specializes in branding and digital design. It's a very creative environment with a collaborative culture. We have open office spaces and regular team meetings. The company values innovation and encourages new ideas. We also have flexible working arrangements, which I really appreciate.
That gives such a clear picture of your workplace.
Now, you try with your teaching job, Sam.
I work for a private English language school. The school is medium-sized with about 15 teachers and 200 students. We focus on helping international students prepare for exams like TOEFL and IELTS. The school has a very welcoming, friendly atmosphere. Teachers work collaboratively and share resources. Management is supportive and encourages professional development. We also have flexible class schedules, which helps with work-life balance.
Great! You're both painting such vivid pictures now. The more specific details you give, the more interesting and authentic you sound. Section 4. Your career path. People are also curious about your career journey. How did you get to where you are?
This is great to talk about. You can share your educational background and experience.
You might say, I studied graphic design in college, and after graduation, I worked as an intern for a small design firm.
Or, I started as an entry-level support staff and worked my way up to management over 10 years.
You can talk about your goals too. Where do you want to go in your career?
Eventually, I'd like to start my own design studio. Or, I'm working toward becoming a senior manager.
Or maybe you want to change fields entirely.
I'm thinking about transitioning into marketing in the next few years.
Here are some useful phrases for talking about your career path.
I started as a junior developer and worked my way up.
I've been in this field for... I've been in education for 8 years.
I worked my way from customer service to management.
I transitioned from accounting to project management.
I'm currently working toward my MBA.
My goal is to eventually become a department head.
I'm considering a career change after this project.
Let's practice. I'll talk about my career path.
Go ahead.
I studied graphic design at university. After graduation, I worked as an intern at a small agency for 6 months. Then I got my first full-time job as a junior designer. Over the past 5 years, I've been promoted to senior designer. I work on major client projects now. In the future, I'd like to become a creative director and eventually start my own agency.
Wonderful. You showed both where you've been and where you're going.
Now your turn with your teaching career, Sam.
I studied English education in university. I started as a substitute teacher while I was still studying. After graduation, I got a position at a public school teaching high school English. I taught there for 3 years. Now I work at a private language school specializing in test preparation. I've been there for 2 years. In the future, I'd like to get certified in teaching English as a second language and maybe work internationally.
Perfect. You're showing growth and ambition.
Exactly. People appreciate hearing about your journey.
It's also natural to talk about the good and challenging parts of your job.
This makes the conversation more honest and interesting.
Let's talk about challenges first. What's difficult about your work?
You can say the most challenging part is, or what I find difficult is.
One of the biggest challenges is managing deadlines, or the challenging part is dealing with difficult customers.
You might also mention stress or workload.
The job can be stressful during peak season, or some weeks are very busy, but overall it's manageable.
Now let's talk about the rewarding parts.
What I love about my job is, or the best part is,
I really enjoy helping clients achieve their goals. Or the rewarding part is seeing students progress.
you can also mention job satisfaction and fulfillment.
I feel satisfied when I complete a successful project. Or there's nothing better than seeing a student pass their exam.
Let me talk about the pros and cons of my job.
Please.
The most challenging part of my work is dealing with difficult clients who aren't sure what they want. Sometimes projects take longer than expected, which can be frustrating. However, the rewarding part is seeing my designs come to life and get positive feedback from clients. I love the creative aspect of my job and collaborating with talented designers. It's very fulfilling.
That's balanced and honest.
Your turn, Sam.
One of the biggest challenges is managing different learning levels in the same class. Not every student progresses at the same pace, and it can be difficult to keep everyone engaged. Also, grading papers takes a lot of time, but the rewarding part is absolutely worth it. Watching students improve and gain confidence in English is incredibly fulfilling. I love when a student who was struggling suddenly has a breakthrough moment. That's why I teach.
So authentic and heartfelt.
The key is being honest about both sides.
People also like to know how you balance work with your personal life.
This shows what kind of person you are outside of work.
You can say, I try to maintain a good work-life balance by, and then give examples.
Like, I try to leave work at 5 p.m., so I have time for hobbies and family.
Or, I work from home twice a week, which gives me more flexibility.
I make sure to take my vacation days and fully disconnect from work.
You can also talk about what you do to de-stress after work.
After work, I go to the gym or I have dinner with friends to unwind.
On weekends, I paint as a hobby, which is completely different from my day job.
This is important because it shows employers and friends that you're a well-rounded person.
Let me talk about my work-life balance.
Go ahead.
I believe in maintaining a good work-life balance. I usually leave the office by 6 p.m. and try not to work on weekends. I have flexible hours, which is great. After work, I like to exercise or meet friends for dinner to unwind. On weekends, I spend time with family and work on personal projects. I also travel when I can to get inspiration for my design work. I think it's important to have interests outside of your job.
That's great. You showed both your dedication to work and your personal interests.
Your turn.
I'm pretty dedicated to my job as a teacher, but I try to maintain balance. I don't take work home much because I have a lot of after-school commitments. On evenings and weekends, I spend time on my hobbies like playing guitar and reading. I'm also very close with my family, so we have dinner together regularly. I try to exercise a few times a week to manage stress. I think having hobbies outside of work makes me a better teacher because I'm more energized and creative.
Excellent. You showed passion from your job and your life outside of work.
Now, let's talk about how to ask others about their jobs.
This is important because conversation is a two-way street.
So, the most basic question is, what do you do? But there are many other ways to ask.
What line of work are you in? This is more formal and professional.
What kind of work do you do? Casual and friendly.
Where do you work? Asking about the company.
How long have you been doing that? Asking about their experience.
What's it like working there? Asking about their workplace.
Do you enjoy what you do? Personal and genuine.
How did you get into that field? Asking about their career path.
What are your main responsibilities? Asking for details.
Are you thinking of changing jobs? Asking about future plans.
These open-ended questions show you're genuinely interested.
Let me demonstrate a full conversation about jobs. I'll ask you about your teaching.
Perfect.
So, Sam, what do you do for work?
I'm an English teacher at a language school.
Oh, that's interesting. How long have you been teaching?
About 8 years now. I started in public school and moved to private language education a couple of years ago.
What's it like working at a language school compared to public school?
It's quite different. In a language school, students are usually more motivated because they chose to be there. The classes are smaller, so I can give more individual attention, but the workload is similar. Lots of lesson planning and grading.
Do you enjoy what you do?
Absolutely. Seeing students progress and gain confidence is really rewarding. Some weeks are stressful, but overall, I love my job.
That's great. Are you thinking of staying in education?
Yes, definitely. I'd eventually like to get certified in teaching English internationally, or maybe start an online tutoring business.
See how the conversation flowed naturally?
And Lily asked follow-up questions that showed genuine interest.
That's what makes for good conversation. Section 8, Job Interviews.
Let's talk about discussing your job in a job interview situation.
This is more formal and strategic.
When an interviewer asks, "Tell me about yourself," you need to be prepared.
You should have a concise story ready. Don't ramble.
Here's the structure: background, relevant experience, key achievements, and why you're interested in the new position.
Let me give an example. I have a background in graphic design. I've been working in the field for 5 years, starting as a junior designer at a small agency. Over time, I've taken on more senior projects, and now I lead design initiatives for major clients. I'm particularly proud of a rebrand project I led that increased a company's market recognition by 40%. I'm interested in your company because I admire your commitment to innovative design, and I believe my skills and experience align well with your needs.
That's well-structured and impressive.
Now, interviewers will also ask about challenges and how you handled them.
You should have a specific example ready. Tell me about a time you faced a challenge at work.
You can use the STAR method: situation, task, action, result.
So, in my previous role, I had a difficult client project with a very tight deadline. The task was to deliver high-quality designs in just 2 weeks. My action was to streamline my process and work extra hours while keeping quality high. The result was that we delivered on time, and the client was extremely satisfied. In fact, they hired us again for another project.
See how that shows problem-solving skills?
Also, you'll be asked about your strengths and weaknesses.
For strengths, give honest examples. I'm very detail-oriented and creative. I can manage multiple projects simultaneously and meet deadlines.
For weaknesses, be honest, but show growth. I used to struggle with public speaking, so I took a presentation course, and now I regularly present my work to clients and teams.
Never say something like, "I'm a perfectionist." That's overdone.
And be ready to ask the interviewer questions too.
What does a typical day look like in this role?
Or, what qualities do you look for in successful employees?
This shows you're genuinely interested in the position. Section 9, Special Situations.
Let's talk about some special job-related situations.
What if you're unemployed or between jobs?
You can say, "I'm currently looking for work in my field," or "I'm in between jobs right now."
Or, "I recently left my position and I'm exploring new opportunities."
What if you're a student or intern?
I'm a student studying business, and I also have an internship at a marketing firm.
What if your job is hard to explain?
Simplify it. I work in data analysis is easier than explaining complex technical terms.
What if you don't like your job, but you're still there?
Be diplomatic. The job is fine, but I'm exploring other options is better than complaining.
What if you're considering a career change?
I'm at a point in my career where I'm thinking about new directions.
What if someone asks your salary?
In casual conversation, you can say, "I prefer not to discuss that," or change the subject politely.
In a professional negotiation, that's different, but that's beyond our scope today.
Conclusion.
Wow, Lily, we covered so much about talking about jobs in English.
We really did, from basic job titles to job interviews and special situations.
The key takeaway is to be specific, honest, and show genuine interest when others talk about their work.
Don't just say your job title. Paint a picture of what you actually do.
Include details about your company, your responsibilities, and what you enjoy about your work.
And remember, good conversation is a two-way street. Ask others about their jobs with genuine curiosity.
Here's your challenge. This week, practice talking about your job in English.
Tell someone about your work using the phrases and structures we taught today.
Then, come back and tell us in the comments what you said and how it went.
Which part of this lesson was most helpful for you? Let us know.
If this video helped you feel more confident talking about your job, please give us a thumbs up.
And subscribe to Daily English Practice for more practical English lessons.
Share this with anyone who's learning English and wants to feel confident discussing their work.
We thank so much for learning with us today. We're so proud of you for practicing.
Remember, talking about your job is a chance to show who you are and what you're passionate about.
Keep practicing, stay confident, and never stop learning.
We'll see you in the next lesson.
Until then, keep talking about your amazing work.
Goodbye, everyone.
See you soon. Bye.